What's up, doers? It's your boy Happy Chappy here, back again with another video. And now look it, on this episode today, what we are going to be talking about is fast furnaces. I'm going to build the two that I use. There are two ways you can do this. One is more the manual traditional way, which we are going to build first, and then the next one is going to be a redstone contraption. Now, these have been in the community for quite a while. I think Mumbo was the first guy to ever put a video out on the redstone version one, so I'll definitely credit that one to him. But for the manual one, this is how you get it done. Now, you can build these, anywhere from 8 to 12 to 15 blocks long if you want to. I don't recommend going anywhere past 8. But for our purposes, what we're going to do is build this sucker here 5 long. So the items that you're going to need are 12 cobblestone, 16 hoppers, 5 furnaces, 6 chests, 14 rails, 4 powered rails, 2 mine carts with hoppers, and then 2 levers as well. So the first thing you're going to do on this build is basically just put down your double chest like that to the side. Then what you want to do is run your first 5 hoppers down like that, all going into the chest. Then place your 5 furnaces on top of those hoppers there. Then you want to come around back here and place 5 hoppers going into the back of each of these furnaces. So you see all those hoppers going into the furnace like that, and then those ones going to the side just like that. Next, what you want to do is place your 5 hoppers going into the top of the furnaces just like that. And then what you're going to do is on each side of these furnaces here, you're going to put 2 blocks down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then do the same thing on this end here. After you do that, what you want to do is on each end come here and put down a temporary block, and then 1 block basically above each of those pieces of cobblestone there, and then do the same thing on this side so that it should look like that. Then what you are going to do is take your powered rail and put 1 on each end like this, and then connect them up with your regular rails in the center there. So you'll have to shift click in order to get these to go over top of the hopper, and then do the same thing on the row behind. When you place your powered rail, you will see it go up towards the other rail there, but as soon as you place your other rail beside it here, you will see it goes to the right direction. Next, what you want to do is above these here powered rails, you want to put down a double chest just like that. Do the same thing on the back side here. All you have to do is just aim at those rails there, and the rails, because they take up a full block technically, the chest will go above them. Okay, so this is what it should look like when you're all done that. Once you've done that, what you want to do is place down your mine carts with hopper on top of those powered rails there, and then come to the front here, and on this block and that block, place down your lever. When you power that lever, it will power both these rails here, because what it is doing is powering this block, which is connected to that rail and that rail right there sitting on top of it. Then what you want to do is fill this back chest up here with your charcoal or your burning material. You will see that get fed down into the minecart with hopper here. Now, the reason why I'm using charcoal is because we just built a charcoal generator on our last episode, so that would probably be a good thing to hook up to this if you were going to build something like this. And then in the top row here, fill in all of your ore that you want to smelt up. You'll see that get deposited into the minecart here with hopper. And then all you have to do is come over here and power this rail. Both minecarts should head out, and you are ready. Okay, and what's going to happen here is the reason why we have, you don't necessarily need 2 on this side, but what could end up happening is that if you have the powered rail here with the other block there to push it back, what could end up happening is that this minecart here will pass over these hoppers too fast and not deposit anything down and into them. And then the same thing goes for the front side. If you just have it 1 block here, what's going to happen is that this first hopper here will get skipped, and there won't be anything that gets passed down in between it. And the other reason why we have our 2 block here is that if we look into the minecart here, you'll see we start to deposit items, but as we get over, because the chest here, or because the minecart here gets to pass over, or gets to pass under a double chest, so it's basically going under the chest twice here, you can see we get about 15 to 20 iron ore in the minecart each time it passes, which is enough for it to at least deposit a couple of iron ore inside this here furnace pretty efficiently. So as you can see here, we've already almost met our cap here. The only one that is suffering are the two in the middle, but they will eventually catch up. The charcoal has filled up nice and quickly here too as well, so you can see the end ones are already full and the center ones here are getting filled up after that. And if we look down here in our chest, you will see that we already have 60 iron ingots. And it has only been, you know, a couple of seconds here. So this is a pretty quick method. Now let's move on to the next one. Okay, now the next one we are going to build is the redstone designed one. I believe this was put up originally by Mumbo Jumbo himself, but yeah, this is how you build it. So the items that you're going to need are 10 redstone dust, 6 chests, 25 hoppers, 2 comparators, 2 repeaters, 2 redstone torches, 5 furnaces, and 16 cobblestone. Now, if you are going to do this one, you know, 12 or so blocks long, you are going to need to increase the amount of cobblestone and redstone that you use, as well as the furnace and hoppers. But for our purposes, we're just going to build this 5 long. So much like the other one, the first thing that you want to do is place down your chest here at the end with your 5 hoppers running into it. And then put your 5 furnaces on top of those hoppers there, just like that, with your 5 hoppers going into the top. And then your other 5 hoppers going into the back here. Okay, so it should look like that. Next, what you want to do is at the end of these hoppers here, just place down a block down at the end of each of them, and then a comparator facing out, like that. Then you want to take your next hoppers and point them going into the comparator, with your 4 going across, and then do the same thing for the top half here. So place it into the back and then your 4 going across. So it should look like that. Next, you want to take a block and place it in front of each of the comparators, just like you see there, and then another one beside each of the comparators with a repeater going to the back. So facing in towards the hoppers. Then what you want to do is run a block of cobblestone or builder block along the front here, and then another one along the back here, coming off of the repeater, just like you see there. Then you're going to run your redstone down. Do the same thing for the front here. Then you want to come to these blocks here and place down a redstone torch and another one on the back. You should see both of them power up. Then you're going to take your remaining 2 chests, put one down there like that, and another one at the back just like that. Okay, so this is what it should look like. Then what you're going to do is come to this back chest here, do the same thing as we did before, fill this up with charcoal or hook it up to your charcoal generator, and then fill this top one up here with all the iron ore or whatever you plan on smelting. Let's say it's going to be glass or sand anyway, so that way you can cook up your glass. And as you can see, the entire system here, all the items get passed down. What ends up happening is the items get passed down through the hoppers here, distributed evenly into each of these hoppers below them via the redstone. As you can see, it is firing back and forwards, so every time an item gets near the end here. And if we look down into our chests here, what you should have is even distribution of everything. So each of these here furnaces are getting all a piece of charcoal at the same time, so you can see they're all at 25, 26 and growing. And then the iron ore as well is distributed evenly throughout these. And if we look into the chest here, we already have 25 blocks. And that is basically it. That is how you build your fast furnaces in Minecraft. This one here is a little more efficient and even with its distribution, but once this one here starts to fill up completely, as you can see, it just stays at 64 each. The minecart stays completely full until it has enough room below it in order to deposit these items in here. And yeah, this video is only taken about I don't know, probably 10 and a half minutes to film. We already have stacks of iron ore going, and as well as a stack of iron in this one here as well. And yeah, that is it. I hope you liked this video, you guys. I hope it helps out. I know somebody in the comments more than a few times was asking me to build or to put together a fast furnace video, and those are the ones I use. That is how I build them. Like I said, this one is more, I don't know if you'd say either one of them is more early game or late game than the other. This one here just uses more iron because we are using a total of 10 more hoppers per build here, and as well as the redstone. So I would maybe say this one here is more early game and this one here is more late game, but either way both of them will get the job done, especially if you're cooking up something like glass. So if you want to replace all these here with glass, or sorry, with sand, you can. And like I said, it fills up pretty quickly. We already have, you know, if let's say that was sand in there, we'd already have 6.5 stacks of glass ready to go. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you liked it. You know what to do if you did, and I'll catch you on the next video. Peace.